Thank you for joining me again this week. Today we head to Nassau, where we will meet up with some friends who we will explore the island's many tourist attractions with. So we are currently going from Andros to Nassau. The wind has just dropped a little bit. It was in the mid-20s. It's now 17 or so. And it's predicted to drop as I go. I've got 22 miles, 21 and a half miles. Doing 5.2. We were doing over 6. And we're just chugging along. The winds were predicted to die down, but they've definitely not yet. In fact, they've picked up a little bit. The seas are a little bit rougher. The sun's finally out. Around 6 knots. We're going into the deepest water I've ever been in on this boat. I don't know if it'll focus or not, but we're getting ready to go into 8,000 feet of water. It's a pretty rough ride right now. No matter how hard I try or what camera I use, I've found it's impossible to get the true sea state and wave height captured on film. You can tell because I'm not able to hold the camera straight. But we're doing good. We've got 1 reef in the head sail and 2 reefs in the mainsail. I'm going to always try and at least put the main up, but probably put 2 reefs in it when I pull it up before I pull the anchor. I can always put more, and it's a lot easier to put more sail up than it is to take it down. But at least that'll start getting me used to using the mainsail, because I need to. This ride right now with the main up with 2 reefs in it is far more comfortable than the trip from Chub Cay to Andros was, because that mainsail is heeling us over and kind of keeping us on the same degree of heel. I do have it over right now to spill some of the wind off. I'm motoring into Nassau proper now. The island, which most people call Nassau, is actually New Providence. But the city is Nassau. So I'm going directly into the wind. Getting ready to enter the Nassau Harbor channel. So we're getting a little bit closer. There's the massive cruise ships. The cruise ships are leaving for the night. This is Adventure of the Seas. And there goes Carnival Conquest. And there goes Freedom of the Seas. The Nassau Harbor looks entirely different without those cruise ships here. They were right there. coming in. It's virgin. Got a fishing pole in the water. It's a beautiful day. Had my first Kalik yesterday. It's the Bahamian beer. Tastes a little bit like watered down Corona. I mean, it tastes good, don't get me wrong, but it was definitely on the weaker side. Maritopia's got her own little rainbow coming from her. Yeah. Right there. So we're still in Clifton Harbor, Anchorage, and I have no idea what the fireworks show is for. At first I thought it was just a local that was shooting smaller fireworks, but it keeps getting bigger. I'm not sure what holiday it is. It's January 17th, I think? 18th, maybe? I went from Nassau Harbor to Clifton Bay, Anchorage, because a good friend, Captain Tom, who I would be buddy boating with, would be meeting me there. Only a few short days after Tom arrived in Nassau, our mutual friend Meg from Gulfport, Florida, flew in to spend a week with us. We wasted no time starting to explore the island, and Meg got into the water almost immediately. Meg is in the water. She's on the hookah. She's never scuba dived or anything, so the hookah is pretty convenient. So we are getting ready to go into the Pirate Museum. As a lover of history, the museum was full of facts that most people, including myself, always get wrong. For instance, pirates didn't bury treasure. They plundered the money on drink, gambling, and women. X was never used by pirates to mark a spot on a treasure map. This was only made popular by the movie Treasure Island. There is only a single recorded instance of a pirate making their victim walk the plank. Some famous pirate captains commanded three-masted ships, but most favored the single-masted sloop or gaff cutter. For reference, my boat, Maritopia, is a sloop. So we have a bonfire going and you can hear the tide rolling on the beach. Loving life. Yeah, man. So we've got the dinghy there just beached on a random beach. I think this is called Jaws Beach because it was where they filmed a portion of the Jaws movie. There's Captain Tom and Meg. Just a chill night. Loving life. Living the dream. In the middle of Bahamas. Waiting to get out of here, but we have to wait for the winds to subside a little bit. So why not come to the beach and have a bonfire?
And I'm your tour guide. Okay.
Nice to meet you, Michelle.
The pleasure's all mine. Now, Fort Charlotte is the largest of the three remaining forts that we have here in Nassau. It's located west of downtown. It sits on top of the hill, and it overlooks the Nassau Harbor.
When was the fort originally built? The first?
Now, Fort Charlotte was built in 1789. What do you think that area was used for?
A lookout.
Exactly. It's a lookout point. Notice how you can see all the way from Providence Island where the cruise are. Where that lighthouse is, that's the western end of Paradise Island. Okay, now, Listen carefully because the questions are coming.
Okay.
Fort Charlotte has a drawbridge. It has a dry moat. It has an arched, bomb-proof casemate. It has a dugout casemate that is cut into the rock 4 to 6 feet. I'm sorry?
Is it bomb-proof?
Yeah.
How would they know?
Nah, because of the bridge going
Oh,
up
that's
and
the
down.
drawbridge.
Yes, that's what caused these grooves. Chisel marks. Be careful on uneven surfaces.
These stairs were one even rock? Or one solid rock?
This whole casemate very good. This, I know it's hard to imagine. They cut into the rock.
Wow. The Bahamas are covered in limestone. Basically, every island in the Bahamas is made of limestone. The sand that makes the gorgeous beaches is limestone that's been eroded away over time by the salt water. This castle was literally cut by hand into the ground. The limestone that was removed was then cut into the blocks to build all of what you see above ground. It's mind-boggling to think of all the hard work it took.
Soldiers died, so they destroyed in 1834, as I indicated. 1834 also played another significant role in our country's history because in that year was the abolition of slavery. There were black soldiers as well as white soldiers, and the black soldiers were known as the British West Indian Regiment. Okay?
There's a nice breeze through here too.
What are these? The cuts in the wall.
Yes, that's where they had like bunk beds,
Ah.
and that was to keep them sturdy.
Okay.
Yeah, they do the full sheet. Now, as I mentioned before, what Charlotte is built out of local limestone. This here is what local limestone look like. At the cutter, they would use the saw. One person at that one end, the other here, and they would saw and cut, and saw and cut until eventually the rock splits in 180 degrees. See how massive this is? How many manpower you think needed to push this big boy? 8? 20?
Yeah, I was going to say 20.
20. 8. I don't. Come on, look at that. R. What do you think that means?
Victoria?
Queen Victoria Regina. And it was in 1859 during her reign. This isn't original to the fort itself.
So is this Queen Victoria's actual seal?
That's a seal. Michelle Young.
Michelle Young is our tour guide, and she's amazing, y'all.
Don't forget to get your tickets either.
Yeah. She'll come and get you if you forget to buy a ticket. Main staircase.
Before you go down, my name is William. I'm one of the historians around here. I'll be quick and brief with you guys. What we're looking at, what they call the Queen Staircase, straight ahead, that open space is the most historical part. It's the canyon. That old canyon was once solid rock. That is an arc of nature. It actually took 600 men, 16 years to handcraft it out. They was given nothing but rock saws, chisel, and hammer. In the year of 1796, 600 males was brought from West Africa, mainly Ghana and Nigeria. They was brought to this canyon, they was given nothing but rock saw, chisel, and hammer. No machinery, no explosive. The rocks that came from your built our castle at the top, Fort Bend Castle. The white building that you're looking at is the water tower. It's the highest point on the island. It was built in the year of 1928. The guys that built the Statue of Liberty built that, guys. That is 126 feet high and 216 feet above sea level, guys. That pumps 10,000 gallons of water through the city of Nassau per day. The castle is behind that. It was built to protect the island. This canyon, it was hand-carved for an escape route from the castle. Look down there on the left-hand side of the wall, next to the lamp pole. What seems to be that picture frame is actually a tunnel that goes back up to the castle. In any event the island was under attack, the governor made haste to the castle, used the underground railroads, and used this as his easy escape getaway, guys. The steps, it was done in honor of Queen Victoria, which you heard about what was happening in the Bahamas. She signed a letter for the abolishment of slavery. When the letter made it to the Bahamas, it was 1838, the 2nd of August. That day was a Monday. That's why in the Bahama Islands, every first Monday in the month of August is celebrated as a holiday. It's named Emancipation Day. Thank God for Queen Victoria. After her death in the year of 1901, the descendants returned to the canyon and handcarved each step in her honor, giving it the name the Queen Staircase. Each step represents each year of Queen Victoria, guys.
66, right?
64 years she ruled, guys, from 1837 to 1901. And when they did the steps, they started from the bottom and worked their way to the top. It sends a message to the world. This is what it says. That out of the depths of slavery, step by step, Queen Victoria rises the Bahamas to the top of freedom. Those bricks are not the original steps. The original steps are like the rock behind you. Here in the Bahamas are made out of coral and limestone. The lime deteriorates the rock and makes it decay, turn back to sand. The coral brings that green on the rock. We call that green moss. That's pretty slippery when wet. So those bricks was placed here for you guys safely. When you come to the Queen Staircase, we want you to see history. Walk down and enjoy history. But family, do me one favor. Do not slip and fall and become history, guys. Here in Ireland, we have a saying, if you ever slip, tuck your legs and roll with it.
Right.
Straight out of Princess Margaret Hospital. Family, this is as far as I go.
Back up, I'll get you. Come in, sound like this.
I'm going over there.
Okay.
The Queen Staircase. This used to be a tunnel to the castle, which is on the other side of this, I don't know, 120-foot wall. So we're surrounded right here. It took 16 years. 16 years to carve this canyon. Yep. Right.
That don't make no logical sense to me.
This is a lot more work here.
Then the fort?
Oh yeah. This is because they carved this in the whole fort.
They carved the whole fort though too.
But this is way more work than that fort.
And that fort had rooms and bedways and this is just a
It's pretty cool being able to see the roots of the tree like that. So there's the water tower for all of New Providence. And it is the tallest structure on the island. It's like 262 feet above sea level or something like that. So we're going into Fort Fincastle in the water tower. Ventilation holes. I can actually feel the wind coming through there. Meg says there's my boyfriend.
No. What's her name? Michelle Young's boyfriend.
Oh, Michelle Young. Oh, that vent feels good. We took the toll bridge over to Paradise Island, where we would spend some time in the Atlantis Casino, have some great pizza, and be wowed by the multi-million-dollar yachts. Yeah, these are like $1 million boats. Well above my price range. Looking doesn't hurt though, right?
Hey.
Unfortunately, Meg's short time with us had come to an end. This was also coincidentally the day which happened to be when the winds were perfect to head further east. If you'd like to stay up to date and follow along with the adventures, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for joining. I'll see you next week when we get off of the beaten path in Eleuthera.